like an old-fashioned barn raising. There's a bit of a concrete theme in the house. It's about kind of how you style it and how you live with it. A bit of a bully. I mean, we like it. What else can I say? Hello, welcome to Honeycomb. I'm Mark. This is our family house, and I'm going to show you around. So follow me. So this is our kitchen, sort of dining space, which is sort of obviously for a lot of homes, this is the heart of our home. It's where we spend a lot of our time, obviously cooking. We do a lot of entertaining here as well. I guess this space is pretty unusual for a kitchen diner of a London Victorian terrace because, as you can see, there's a lot of timber. When we built this part of the house, or did this extension, we actually demolished the entire kitchen back of the house and rebuilt the whole back of the house in something called cross-laminated timber, which is a kind of new, environmentally sustainable kind of architecture method. So you're sort of replacing all the concrete and the plaster with this beautiful timber. So effectively, this is a flat pack extension. It was all built in a factory in Austria and craned over the house, and all went up in about 4 or 5 days. So it was like an old-fashioned barn raising when the house went up. So that's how it's built. But in terms of the look, it's very warm. It's very tactile. It's great to live with, and we decided to pair it with this all-black kitchen. We wanted to go for a really kind of simple, streamlined look. Even though it's a family home, we wanted to feel kind of quite, grown up and adult, and so we went for this kind of all-black look with obviously this big island here in the middle, which sort of dominates the kitchen. There's a nice big kind of camera run along here, so it's kind of easy to sort of walk along this space, and obviously there's kind of a nice view, concrete and tile behind. So there's a bit of a concrete theme in the house. We've got the concrete floors, and we've got this kind of concrete wall here. So when we demolished the old part of the house, what was left behind here was just kind of brick, and this was the old fireplace. The brick was in a kind of pretty terrible condition, so we kind of cast this concrete wall all the way here that goes all the way up through the house. And we go upstairs, we'll see the continuation of this concrete wall, and then we decided to tile this section with a kind of a concrete tile as well, just to kind of tie into the kind of concrete theme. And then we go in the living room, which we'll go there in a minute. You see there's a lot more cast concrete. In a domestic interior, they can be, they're quite forceful and strong, and maybe a little bit brutal for some people's taste. But I think it's also got beauty and an honesty. And if there's one, I guess, design idea behind the whole house, is to kind of expose the elements, the structural elements, of the house, and kind of leave those on show. So raw concrete, again, we talked about the timber. There's a lot of steel on show as well, and there's some bare brick. So, it's about exposing those elements rather than kind of covering them up with plaster and plasterboard and all those kind of things. So living with these kind of quite sort of strong architectural, industrial elements, if you like. This is a family house, we've got young kids, but actually we quite enjoy it. There's one really great advantage to the timber, and I'll show you over here. When you've got young kids, they've got a horrible habit of drawing on the walls, so that means you're constantly going around touching up the walls with paint, but this, you just got to sand it down. So it's very low maintenance, it's never got to be painted, never got to be decorated. It's only going to get better with age. I mean, we like it. What else can I say? It's not cookie cutter. It's not to everyone's taste. It's to our taste. And, it's about kind of how you style it and how you live with it. And it suits us. It's still a home with our things in it, and, our memories and our children. So, yeah, actually, they love my two little ones, 4 and 6, they spend all day chasing around this kitchen island up through the living room, all that kind of stuff. So it actually works well as a family home. Obviously, we designed it as well so that we've got this kind of nice flow into the garden where we built this kind of lovely sort of seating area here. And I have to say, we do a lot of entertaining and just kind of hanging out here, and we have breakfast here in the morning, in the summer. And it's just a really nice kind of connection between the kitchen and having kind of outdoor eating space. Come outside. So, garden's in full bloom at the moment. Hollyhocks have slightly taken over. They might be going. They're a bit of a bully. But again, just kind of, we've tried to keep the garden in keeping with the rest of the house. And because the house is wooden on the inside, we wanted to, have something wooden on the outside as well that kind of tied into that. So yeah, we've got the back of the house there. And then as we come down the garden, we've got this other nice kind of seating area up here. By the way, as you can hear, we're in London, but we live in a low traffic zone, so it's super quiet. I mean, you can actually hear birds tweeting. I can't hear any traffic. We get the occasional plane from London City Airport, but they're very occasional, nothing that you couldn't pause for 20 seconds and then pick up. So it's really super quiet, and we've got really nice neighbours as well who don't mind us having shoots here. So that's great. We also hang out quite a lot down here. It's got a nice seating area, got some nice planting. We will have a nice child swing here where we go, but just got a new one. The old one kind of rotted away, so that's gonna, apologies, it's not ready. That's gonna hang here and look rather pretty, hanging off the pergola. So I thought I'd show you that, although I've not had a chance to fit it yet. So I'll be doing that at the weekend. So that's this area down here. Should we go back inside? Here we go. This is our beautiful cat Lily, the house cat Lily, and she likes to welcome people for shoots as well, don't you, Lily? But if anyone's really doesn't like cats around, we can stick her up in one of the bedrooms. All right, darling, off you go. I'm actually a director myself, so occasionally I hire locations, sometimes through First Option. In fact, usually through First Option. And I think one thing that's really important to us is that any clients that do come here to film, that we give them a warm welcome. I've been on shoots before where I felt a bit like the client didn't really want us there, and it was a bit awkward, even though obviously you're paying the money and hiring the location. So we always try and make sure that everyone gets a really warm welcome, that if people want to come and recce the space beforehand, they're always welcome to do that. Simple things like tea and coffee is always going to be on hand. And we're always here just to kind of answer any questions, talk to the neighbours if there's ever an issue, which there isn't, frankly, or just kind of help out generally with tips for kind of, place to go and get coffee or lunch and all those kind of things. Or sometimes people have wanted another space nearby for parking, or as a green space for crew to kind of go out and hang out, or for contributors to hang out, or talent to hang out while they're waiting for their scenes. So we can help with all that kind of information. We're also just a 10-minute walk from Walthamstow Tube. Actually, I'm going to say an 8-minute walk from Walthamstow Tube, which is super quick from Oxford Circus, and there's also super fast overground from Liverpool Street. So even though we're out in Zone 4, we're actually super quick to get to. You can be here door to door from Oxford Circus or from Liverpool Street in 30 minutes. So hopefully, in terms of crews coming here, we give them a nice experience and a nice welcome. And people seem to enjoy filming here when they have filmed here before. It's got a couple of bits of furniture here. Well, this is an old, I don't know if it's in keeping with the rest of the house, but I kind of rather like it. It's an old pine chest that I got off Facebook, I think, and I just took all the paint off it just as it kind of blends in with the kind of timber theme. It's quite handy for putting toys in, sitting on. And this is a rather sentimental piece because it belonged to my brother's best friend, who's sadly no longer with us. But as you can see, he was a painter and an artist and a builder and sort of all sorts of things. So all of this is all kind of, he's been touched by his hands and got bits of paint on that, that he used himself. So it's my brother's entrusted it with us for the time being. So it's nice to have here, and it's a good reminder of Adam, who was a close friend of all of us actually. So that's nice to have, and obviously the kids use it as well. I think that probably the unique feature of this house is this kind of void space above me. I mean, in a way, it's a bit of folly. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't. But it's so unusual, isn't it? And it's just nice to have that sense of height, which you don't, normally get in a Victorian terrace house. Let's go into the living room. So obviously the living room's kind of open plan to the kitchen. It's a big kind of double space, if you like, and this is what was the old dining room, old living room. So again, we tried to stick with the theme a little bit. We've got this. We brought the charred timber cladding in from outside, so we've got a TV surround here. What else am I going to tell you in this room? Well, we've got a bit of a mix of mid-century furniture. We've got a cupboard in the corner here, sideboard over there. And this lovely kind of roll top desk over here where I keep all the kids' little bits of drawings and stuff. They all stay in there. Classic Eames chair. It's not actually original, just between you and me. The guitar, I'll be really honest, I don't play it. I bought it years ago, I had a bit of time on my hands. I thought I'll take up guitar. As you can see, actually, it's a little bit dusty. But I've kept it anyway. But I'm sad to say I'm not a musician. But maybe one day. I'd like to think one day maybe I'll play the guitar. So that's the downstairs. Follow me upstairs. So again, I talked about sort of keeping some of the kind of material elements on show as being a kind of a design trope of the house. So again, we've got the kind of exposed bricks all the way down through the stairs. So in architectural terms, there's a sort of an honesty to this. And then come through here, I talked downstairs about the concrete shuttered wall. As you can see, this continues all the way up here. And I think it's actually rather beautiful. Okay, so this is family bathroom. Not a huge bathroom, but, possibly useful for, a shot here, camera in the doorway. There's a shot here potentially, but obviously it's also available for crew to use whatever you wanted to for hair and makeup and all that kind of stuff. I'll go show you the kids' bedrooms. Let's go this way. So this is my daughter's bedroom. It's quite a big child's bedroom. It's actually the old master bedroom, but she's lucky to have it now. Really bright, as you can see. We've got two big sash windows at the front. We've got this lovely platform bed here with room for another mattress underneath. And again, the way we furnished the room, well, it's a bit of a mishmash, kind of an eclectic mishmash of kind of mid-century pieces, like this drawer unit here. I've got a mid-century bookshelf over there. An IKEA kitchen that probably every family house in the country has got one of those. Carrying on the plywood theme, we've got this lovely plywood chair here. So, it's a bit of a mishmash, but it's a kid's room. Obviously, as with all of the house, it can be dressed whatever way you want it for a shoot. We're not precious at all, or can even be redecorated. Master bedroom's upstairs. Follow me. Actually, the decor in here is really quite simple. We just wanted a really calm, uncluttered look. So again, got timber on the ceiling, exposed beams, which gives a nice bit of sense of additional height. Simple timber bed. Again, a mix of mid-century furniture, simple storage. It's really calm, simple space. Hopefully for shoots, it can offers some possibilities in terms of styling. I think it'll be styled a little bit in different ways. So just coming into the office, again, this is still part of the CLT part of the building. So it's got this, again, lovely kind of warm wooden feel with the exposed brick, the exposed lighting or wiring, and it's not exposed, is it? That would be silly. It's in these kind of galvanized fittings, and the sort of double height ceiling space. This creates a really nice, cozy room to work in. And obviously, the last couple of years, we've all been spending a lot more time working from home, as have I. So I've been able to kind of work in here. There's a nice sofa, so when I feel like a little break, it's nice and cozy. Not that I get many breaks, but anyway, it's here, so that's good. And my desk's here, which is made out of an old bit of leftover CLT. And the other nice thing is got a view to the garden, which is, you know, when you're working from home, that's really, really nice. So this space has been actually so important to us over the last couple of years. Thanks for joining me on this guided tour of Honeycomb, our family home, and we'd love to welcome you for a shoot. So hope to see you soon. Bye.